I'm living every minute. All the things I took for granted mean much more since I've been handed a life sentence.
Well, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and that was just a clip of the song from our next guest. She's releasing it in honor of the occasion. For more on this, let's welcome in country music singer Kelly Lang. Kelly, thanks so much for coming on. Hi, how are you doing today?
I'm so glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
We're so glad to have you here. That was a beautiful song that we were just playing a little bit out of. It's called Life Sentence, and it's very timely considering the month is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I know that you've battled with cancer for years of your life, for decades of it. Tell me about it.
Diagnosed at 36 years old, 17 years now, though. I'm still around and having a great life. And I wrote this song called Life Sentence with my friend Bruce Birch. He had heard me doing some interviews saying that instead of cancer diagnosis considered a death sentence, I turned it around into a more positive, and I used it as a life sentence, like a reset button. I was going to live more appreciatively and boldly and hopefully be some type of a light for somebody else that might be going through this now, to see me this far out in the future and still thriving. And we dedicated that video to my dear friend Olivia Newton-John, who I learned a lot of positive behaviors from, and she was a wonderful light to us all.
And she recently passed. That's a wonderful dedication that you're sharing with us. As we're watching the music video, you know, these are women who I'm sure are all across the country, who have families of their own, who are going through a very difficult time. What was it like to sort of connect with these women and hear their own stories?
Well, I had shared with my social media fans, and they're so lovely to me, about my heartache of losing my friend Olivia, and that I had written this song, and I'd hoped that they could be involved with the video. If they could maybe choose to look at things more positively, like I live more faithfully, or I live more boldly, or I smile even though. If they could send in a picture holding their sign, we would try to put it into the video. And I had so many join, which makes me sad that there's so many breast cancer patients out there. But also look how strong they are to show how they're going to choose to live more abundantly. And I tease with people. I say I now burn the good candles and use the good sheets, and I don't wait for a dark day to do that. I'm really grateful that every day is a gift.
Yeah,
so
I love it. I love it. Yeah, use the good stuff. You got it. You might as well do so. You know. So many country songs, they are very uplifting. They talk about a lot of positive messages, right? Loving relationships, going to church, finding God. You know, when you are reflecting on something as serious as cancer can be, I'd imagine that would be kind of difficult just to tap into that. What was it like to actually go through the songwriting experience for this song?
Well, you know, I tend to write songs about real life things because I think people can sense your authenticity. And if you have really lived it, it really shows up through the recordings of things. And I just want to live life and through my music where people can relate to me. And luckily, I've got a lot of followers that can sense that, I believe. And the writing process was very painful. To be honest with you, I put it off for a very long time. I wrote a book a year or so ago called I'm Not Going Anywhere, and it was an ability for me to kind of take the Band-Aid off and really revisit my story again. So I've been in this cathartic healing place of trying to relive it and then grow from it and then try to help others from the experience for quite some time now. So this was just kind of an end cap, if you will, of being able to continue with that process.
Yeah. Again, that autobiography, I'm Not Going Anywhere, sharing your battle with cancer and beyond, quite frankly, the life that you've lived, as we see it on your screen there, and then, of course, how music has really gotten you through a lot of it. Again, if you could just go back to the 36-year-old self, you know, when you found out about your diagnosis, what would you tell her today?
Oh, I would tell her, just hang on, it's going to be okay. And everything happens for a reason. And I felt that it was God's mission for me to possibly be able to go through something as difficult as that. And he maybe tested how I would behave so could be of help to somebody else. I feel like that's been a mission and a goal of mine in life. And I don't think it was an accident that I became friends with Olivia. Actually, she wrote the foreword to my book. I learned a lot of life lessons from her, and she was a dear, dear friend, more of a sister, I think, than anything. So if we can just take one thing from this, to just the attitude of gratitude can get you through anything. And I would just tell that little 36-year-old to hang on. It's going to be okay.
You are such an inspiration. I love listening to you. I love listening to your music. Kelly Lang, Life Sentence. That's the new song out. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Your self-exams, ladies.
That's right. It's a great reminder. And by the way, if you're tuning in, watching now, her new album, Old Soul 2, it comes out November 11th. So be sure to check that one out.